Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of the BioIndustries mod series. So where we left off, we updated all this stuff. We created a more efficient way to produce our sustainable fuel source. Got the ratios right. We took out that small refining area, and we did complete our 2 smelting areas, or not complete, but we placed the blueprints for copper and also did the mining area, and we did add radars so we can see all this stuff in the map view. First things first, we do need to start making some materials in this part of the base, because this is like phase 2 of our base. So the first part is kind of limited. It can only make red and green science. It can make inserters, these basic inserters and belts. And we actually have quite a bit of stuff in our inventory. We should probably empty out here. So going forward, we are going to need to decide where we're going to do some of this stuff. And I think, let's see if we can just go to the map view here to see a little bit zoomed out. I think we need to put some blocks down to create our liquids. That's going to be very important because we do need to make plastics, we do need to make lubricant for electric engines. All this stuff is going to have to be done, and I think a pretty good place to do that would be probably like in this area here. So let's go ahead and get started with we'll make our block first. Place our block down, make sure we're lined up. That looks good. And we may need to get a radar. And how does this look for a radar? Ooh, perfect. Almost. We'll end up putting it down on this block here. Remember, I don't like to have overlap. It's just kind of wasteful. That looks like a good area. Looks like we're not going to encounter any biters until we get down further. We don't have to worry about that right now. Alright, so we can create, because we're using BioIndustries mod, we can create what's called a bio reactor. So for the normal game, you use crude oil and you split it into petroleum, heavy oil, and light oil. But in this mod, we don't have this yet. Oh boy. We can't research, we haven't researched it yet because this is locked behind blue science. And in order to get blue science packs, we actually need to make plastic already. Now we do have some petroleum stored, so we can go ahead and use that. That would be fine. So we'll use that. To make our plastic. Plastic also requires coal to produce, so let's see, we could do circuits over here. So we could have some green circuits and red circuits. Only problem is there are a ton of trees here, and unfortunately those have to go. So let's put our block down first. Keep us in our parameters. Looks good. Now we know the area that has to be cleared out. which is like all these rocks. Probably not critical that we get these right now, but we can do that. And you can see when you throw the grenades, they don't affect the power poles because they're not placed yet. Whoops. I almost killed myself with the grenades. That's not good. You can see my health doesn't start going up until I kind of stop taking damage. So we can make our circuits here, and I think what we're going to do is start out with green circuits, and I have a design that works really well for that. I think we're just going to place that, let's place it back here. And I don't think I have, yeah, I don't have a recipe for, or I don't have a blueprint for red circuits yet, but I can make that easily enough myself because I've done this a few times. So first thing it needs is, well, red circuits actually require green circuits and then some other stuff. So usually what I do is I'll have one of these be copper wire, so it'll produce copper wire, and place it on this belt, and it's going to grab copper from probably a belt on top. So we'll grab it from a belt on top, and it'll output it here. And then this belt on the bottom is going to be where we feed in our plastic. And the plastic is going to have to come from over there. But the green circuits can come from up here. And for now, we can kind of cheat a little bit and just bring this down in the beginning. This is fine, because we're going to have a really small setup in the beginning. So these are going to make copper wire. This first one is going to make copper wire, and it can supply enough to, it can supply 4 of these little factories with copper wire. So then these guys will bring in the copper wire, and that's not going to reach. So these can bring in copper wire here, 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 and here. So that takes care of their copper wire and plastic from the bottom, right? So copper wire on top, plastic on the bottom, green circuits down here. So these need an input from here. Let's just keep, this one doesn't need it, that's going to be the copper, but these two need it because they're going to be the green circuits, or red circuits. So let's put down some power poles so that they have power. And then while we're at it, we're going to have to power this whole thing eventually, so let's go ahead and just lay our power poles. There we go. And I don't like how that looks, so I can actually, oh, it's not letting me remove the wire. Probably because this tree's in the way. That's unfortunate. I actually planted that. There we go. So I just disconnected that wire, but I can just rewire it here. Now it looks better. And now, oh, this doesn't have power because it can't reach, but here we go. This one there. Everything's got power. None of this stuff is built yet. I'm going to have to build all those factories. I'm going to have to bring in copper. I'm going to have to bring in all this stuff. So let's go ahead and start making some plastic. And for now, we're going to have a super small operation. We just need enough plastic to start making blue science. So like I said, in order to make plastic, we need petroleum and coal. The coal is going to be a little tricky because we have to bring that in from pretty far away. There we go. So now it has petroleum, and it's already filled up that location. And we're going to have an input and an output. This is going to be a really, really small operation in the beginning. And this area in the middle, I'm leaving empty because this is what we call the bus, the main bus. This is where I'm going to bring all of my raw products will come in here, so like all the iron plates, steel plates, and copper plates will come down here into various rows, and then I'll just branch off from there to make intermediate products, so like processing units, stone bricks, things like that. So, wow, that's really unfortunate I brought that there. I should have followed this one. Yeah, I guess I wasn't thinking about that. I'd rather bring it down here. There we go. And I can get those later. But since I'm here, I might as well bring in the coal so I can get started on this and start making plastic. And honestly, my gosh, I'm just going to do something different. I'm going to make some, I'm just going to put it in chests. I mean, we don't have that much petroleum in here. I mean, we have 14,000. It might seem like a lot, but it's, I mean, we can make plenty of circuits with that, but it's not going to be something that we're going to be able to sustain for a very long time. So I'm going to do the same thing with coal, in fact. Where did my chests go? There they are. So let's put the chest down. Now I need lots of coal. And that chest can hold a lot of coal, so let's go ahead and fill up as much as we can. I guess I might as well get these guys too. Oh, I'm full already. Let's put that there. Well, unfortunately, I don't. I guess I can put it in the car. Kind of hard to keep this straight. Oh, there we go. I'm full again. There we go. So that's not even like close to filling up that chest, but it's a good supply. Whoops, I just ran right into a rock. Let's get down here. And if I need to, I can just bring in some of that coal from the coal patch. So let's take out some of this. But now it's got quite a bit of coal. It's got 2,100 pieces of coal, and we're just going to let that stock up. I still have quite a few belts. But this is really kind of frustrating that I did all that, and then I don't think I'm going to use them. So copper is going to come in from the top, and I'm going to need at least, yeah, a lot of these, so I might as well make them all. And it looks like I'm missing iron plates to make more, which is okay. I can start doing this stuff first. So copper is going to come down from the top, which that's close, so that's pretty cool. We don't have to go too far to get that. But I do want to at least lay the groundwork to make it go in the right place, so I want to bring these belts down to the main bus. And of course I need to do this because we have a very large supply of copper saved up. Probably not as much copper as we have iron plates. There's really no great way to do this, to wire these up, but there's the start of the belt. And let's go ahead and bring this as close to these power lines as we can. This is the first one in the row. And then we can go through all this stuff because there should be space. And then we'll go down here. And the first copper belt's going to come in from the top here. Go like that. And there we go. And of course we'll need to wire it so that it has power. These take fast inserters to keep up. Now I have all these, so let's go ahead and just fill all these in. There we go. And that was all of my fast inserters. That's kind of a bummer. So this one takes iron plates here. Now iron plates I'm going to have to get from up here, and I think what I'm going to do is drag them down somewhere in here. They'll come down. And this is the first row. Okay, so I'm going to need, oh, this still has the old chests. That's fine. We can empty these out. We'll just do that this way. We'll leave them in the chest for now because to transfer these into a big chest, it would take too long. I don't want to sit there and hand stack everything. Looks like I'm close. Nope, not yet. That's too close. Well, of course, it's hard to work behind these trees. There we go. So I don't know where this main bus line is going to be, but I do know where this needs to be. We're just going to cut this. There we go. Oops. Now we should be able to make green circuits. So things are coming along. I can since I'm going to have plastic here, and this is where I want it to come from, oops. In fact, I might want something a little bit faster than that. Just to keep up with everything. And this is going to be copper. So for now, let's just bring the copper from up here. Again, this isn't going to be the final base, so, or this isn't the final design. There we go. Now we've got copper coming down from the top. And let's go ahead and place this so we know what's going to be what. It's copper wire. These are going to be red circuits. And I think we need more. Might as well grab some iron plates, right? There we go. So now I can make some various things. Make some more of these. So this is placing down the copper wire that it's grabbing from the top. That probably needs to be a faster inserter. So now we got to get the green circuits in here, and we already have the line coming down. I think we're going to take it from here actually. So this design is actually expandable. You can drag it out and plop it down just as a tile, and it gets 4 lanes of these green circuits, but we're not ready to make that yet, so no point in setting that up. These ones we can put down because we have to be able to output these as well. And it kind of looks like a tangled up mess, but that's alright. There we go. So eventually we'll be able to make some of these, and I think for now all I'm going to do is put them into a chest. So I'm gonna go grab the car. Oh my gosh, that is not much at all. We only have 1 chemical plant. I guess we could try to make more just so it goes a little faster. Since I'm here, I'm going to grab some coal. There we go, 500. Actually, I want to grab some wood also. I'm not sure how much I have. Oh, 74. You know, we can use that to make more power poles and pipes if we need to. Put our coal in there. And great. There we go. So now it's putting the copper down, and I think we should have some more lights in here because it's really dark. We can also put them on our main power poles. There we go. That's a little better. And we are producing red circuits. That's great. So what do we need for blue science packs? Red circuits, of course, engines, and electric mining drills. So we need to produce all this stuff to make 1 science pack. 3. So to make a blue science pack, it takes 12 seconds. And the way I like to design my stuff is to make a design that will support 1 science pack per second. So in order to make 1 per second, I would have to have 12 buildings making the blue science. Well, in order to make 1 per second, I also need 1 of each thing per second. So I have to make 1 engine per second, 1 electric mining drill per second, and 1 advanced circuit per second. So I don't know if this would keep up because red circuits take 6 seconds to make and I only have 3 right now, so, or 4. It looks like it's not even keeping up. Probably because this, oh, could help a little bit. I'm still not sure that this can support 4 because each one of these takes 4 and 6 seconds. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if that's going to work. Let's see if it backs up. And the copper is currently backed up, so that's good. Yeah, it looks like they're all running, so it's enough to sustain. I was actually worried that the input wouldn't keep up, but it looks like that fast or that long-handed inserter is a little bit slow, but it's still keeping up. All right. And then where are we going to make the science packs? Whoops. I guess there's no real reason why we have to go straight into the blue science. We can just let that start working its way. But let's go ahead and get started on our other science packs, because we know we can make red science. That one's easy because it's just iron gear wheels and copper plates. Really easy recipe. And let's build that down in this square here. Oh, we got some more biters down here, and these guys are going to be really close, so I think I want to take them out. Ooh, there's 2 worms and 1 spawner. I think I'll leave the car for this one. Whoops. There we go. Not a big deal. There we go. It's way too much ammunition. Still way too much. We don't need that much. Remember, as soon as I put that gun turret down within range of the worms, it's going to start getting attacked. Okay, they can already reach that. That's too bad. How about here? Okay, that's safe-ish. Let's just come down where we're closer to the worms, because if I place this down... Whoops. If I place it down closer to the spawner, it might attack the spawner instead of killing the worms first. You gotta take those worms out first. So this should be interesting because I have to quickly put ammo in it and repair it at the same time. There we go. Excellent. And it's already gone. And then just do that pretty easily. Oops, that one's not repaired. Alright. Threat eliminated. So let's see, for our science packs, let's get those done. We're almost out of time. So make red science packs, it takes 5 seconds. So basically all I need is 5 factories making the red science, and I'll just have to make sure one iron gear wheel assembly might not be enough, unfortunately. That's a problem. And of course, if I'm building down here, I need to bring those belts from all the way over here. So we're going to have to figure out that belt mess. So I think we're not going to have time to build the science packs production, but we can probably design this bus really quick and how we're going to have these belts arranged here. So I have to get rid of these trees because I'm going to need lanes of belts here. Just gotta clear all this stuff out. Those were too close to the path anyway. Whoa. Okay. So I think what we'll have is I think that lane coming off of here is okay for now. But what I like to do is I like to have 4 lanes of whatever material. So this is going to be 4 lanes of copper, and then a space, so 2 spaces, whoops, and then another 4 lanes. These ones should be iron. Usually iron and copper, you keep them together. And so that's the first row. Let's bring it down here. And yes, I'm going to have to cut this tree down and slide everything over. It's not a big deal. There we go. And right now we're barely using this iron. And another thing that you should do when you have belts coming in from another location, you want to have them balanced. So there's a design to make what's called a lane balancer, and I'm just going to try to do this from memory. I believe it's like this, and then like this. And you'll actually see how this works, because even though I only have one belt that's already doing it, but even though I only have one belt coming in, I'm filling up 4 belts. It's not like I'm getting free product. It's actually distributing this belt all over these 4 belts. And this is what a lane balancer looks like. This is what it does. So this is kind of ugly. This wouldn't happen. So if we had our main belt coming off here, what we like to do is we like to branch off and take items from this main belt. And then we can actually split it up again and bring it back to that belt. So that way we still have our 4 belts. It's not going to be as full because we are splitting off of there, but it's just a way to kind of keep the source of materials available. And eventually we can fill this up. We can add these balancers like further in the belt after we take off a few lanes, and we can take them from other parts of the belt too. We don't always have to take it from this side. If we're over here, we can bring it from the far side if we need to. And actually what we would do here is we should jump this belt, because this is going to be copper, right? So let's just do the same thing with this. That's fine. Even though I would rather have the balancer before this, it's kind of higher, so I can't. But I can add a balancer in here if I have enough materials. I think I do. Pretty close. There. So yeah, we're going to need more copper coming in here. We're going to need more iron ore, or iron plates. We're not really ready for that yet. But then we can bring these lines all the way down into our area that we're going to make our science packs down here. So that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Thanks for watching, and remember, tomorrow is the live stream at 2 p.m. Central Time. We'll do another 2-hour session, and hopefully we'll get our science packs made, our red, green, and blue, and maybe expand this a little bit and actually start producing plastic, or at least petroleum, using our BioIndustries mod. We'll see. Looks like we've already used up all the plastic. Oh, yeah, we've already used up all the plastic, and we got 232 circuits. That actually would be enough to do some research, and I'm almost, yeah, we need 200 red circuits. We need 200 science packs for this first one. The only thing is those blue science packs are not easy to make. You saw the materials for it. They're going to take 200 miners, 200 engines, and 200 red circuits, which we already have, but they take time to assemble the science pack too, 12 seconds. So that's where we're going to leave off, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.